I'm just going to make my own music right now. I usually try to load up the computer, play a little music, just to start off the show, but updates. You know, those Windows updates, you guys. So I got the Windows Update blues. No music today. We're just going to chime on in and go ahead and get started on. It's been a great week. It's been a busy week. So many things going on in the news. Trump doing a lot of winning. We've had a pretty good week. So I feel excited about it. And, you know, it's our Saturday usual thing. We chime in. We kind of talk about what's been going on. And some interesting things going on that, you know, folks maybe not know about. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, I posted about this on my page today, is this study going around that talks about 27% of California youth are gender nonconforming. Yeah, we're going to talk about that next, Carrie. Gender nonconforming. You might have seen the study. If you see it, do me a favor. Scroll past this crap, okay? This study is a bunch of science, fake science garbage, because how they did the study was asking students if they consider themselves masculine, very masculine, very masculine, somewhat masculine, equally masculine and feminine, somewhat feminine, and very feminine. Now, all that's really telling you is, you know, did you find a tomboy? Or did you find somebody who, well, I don't really dress all that girly, so there's a lot of people that would get roped into that gender non-conforming category, and then they just label everybody who answers the question in the way they choose as gender non-conforming. So what the study really determined is a third, hello Dominique, how you doing? Is a third of California students, less than a third, try to be different. That's what they determined. They determined nothing. It's a horrible study. We have to stop paying attention to these crap studies, you guys, and then getting all freaked out about it. Because science is bad. Science is bad. So, yeah, garbage in, garbage out, Carrie, 100%. Now, Carrie was talking about, Graham, the dossier used for the FBI investigation. Isn't that interesting? They pay for a dossier, okay? They pay for a dossier, and then they use that dossier to then run an investigation, and the dossier comes out fake, but then we're still running the investigation. What are we doing? I'm waiting patiently. I'm a patient patriot, and I know that not everybody is as patient as me. I still get mad about it. Good morning, Gary. How's it going? But I am a patient patriot when it comes to going through this investigation process, because I think that pulling the plug too quickly just gives them fodder. But, wow, there are the levels at which this ridiculous issue, this ridiculous investigation, this Mueller witch hunt, show more and more how much of a witch hunt it really is. At some point, we need to start considering an investigation on Mueller himself. Maybe lock him up. I mean, how many people might need to get locked up in this situation? It starts to be a ridiculous number of people. Ridiculous number of people. But I'm patient. I'm patient because I know that I see with my eyes how things continue to unfold as we move forward. Now, I wanted to bring up something that my friend Marsha Jennings. Marsha, thank you for coming in on the and giving me a heads up. You guys, some patriots are doing some good stuff, and you might not even know about it if you're not in their circle. But there's a group of patriots that are doing some amazing work in regards to helping break down the boundaries between the races, between the sides, talking to people in the black protester movement, and really educating people about, you know, what the Patriot movement is about, also what about Confederate history. And so I checked in. There's a gentleman called Frank Gotti, and he's a protester. He protests with Black Lives Matter and other, you know, pro-black groups. But he's been having, obviously, some great debates and discussions on his page about the Confederate flag with a bunch of patriots, and has actually, if you listen to his lives now, I was just listening this morning, really feels that he has learned a lot of stuff from fellow patriots who took the time to chime in and really just share their side, explain to people why we respect our Confederate history, what that really means to us, and really even what it means to the black community, and have real discussions. So they're doing great work over there, and it continues, much like the work we did after Moar when Black Lives Matter came and Hawk Newsom and all of his folks were there, And we've continued to have that dialogue. We've got patriots who are continuing to do that dialogue throughout the country. And it is such important work. I just want to say I'm so proud to be part of a movement of people, of patriots, who are willing to finally step over the fear of political correctness has gotten our way so badly. And when we remove that political correct fear and we actually are willing to talk to each other, amazing, amazing, amazing things happen. And it's happening right now in front of our faces. So I just want to say thank you to all the patriots who are chiming in on Frank Gotti's posts and live feeds and making those connections. And I want to say thank you to all the people in the movement who continue to break down these racial barriers and continue to open up dialogues with folks who might be on the Democratic plantation but are fed up. They're just, look, folks of different races are just as fed up as we are. Just as fed up. Fed up with there being no jobs. Fed up with the government corruption. Fed up with all our wasted money. They want to keep more of their taxes. We share all of those values. All of those values. And I'm so proud of my Unity Patriots. So there's some good stuff going on, you guys. There's some great stuff happening. People are getting great work done. You might not even know about it. You might not even be aware. You would never, in normal life, this is what I love about Facebook. This is what I love about social media. They try to use Facebook against us. And you all know we're in a constant war with Zuckerberg all the time on Facebook. He's constantly trying to suppress us. But guess what, Zuckerberg? We're actually using this medium to break down the barriers that you guys insist on, the left, you guys, insist on creating. And try to use your social media platforms to increase those divides, but we actually are using them to defeat those divides. And I'm so proud. So proud. Yeah, Facebook censorship is real, Fred. Here's another thing that I've learned. This is an interesting fact that I've learned because I've now found that on a couple... No, you can't. No, Carrie, that's a great statement. You can't hold this ocean back with a beaver dam. No, and the Patriot Movement is an ocean. Ocean. So, no, Facebook is going to keep censoring. And here's what's worse, Fred. Facebook has censored not just me from doing live feeds on other pages. As Fred and I have had a problem because Fred often wants me to do Trump Talk from the Overpasses for America page. I'm happy to do that. I love doing that. I actually love taking Trump Talk and putting it on other sites and connecting with other Patriot sites. So I'm all down for that. But when I've tried to do that, I've been made a live contributor, but that went away. Like, where did it go? I used to be able to see it. I can't see it now. And that's happening to other people. It's happening also on the Red Elephants page. Not just me, but other patriots who are Red Elephant live contributors are unable to contribute live. All of a sudden now, the button doesn't exist. It has been removed. So there's a shadow banning actually going on. We're just uncovering. We're just uncovering that this is actually happening because we're starting to go, oh, well, we want to go live on these pages and we can't. Why? And now we're starting to talk to each other. And we're like, I can't go live either. So it's a thing they're actually doing. They're blocking patriots from going live on other pages. That's all right, Barsha. Yes, if you are watching, please share because that's one of the only tools we have to defeat the Zuck monster is to continue to share. And thanks for sharing to the Overpasses page, Fred. I know you do good work there. Yes, Fred, they're on a tear right now, I'm telling you, and they are blocking other folks. They are blocking other folks from doing live feeds on pages. So it's not just me. The Red Elephants are kind of miffed about it because we do a lot of work on the Red Elephants page via that live feed. What I love about being a Red Elephant is we have people all across the country who are there to catch live events. And we've live feed a lot of stuff so you can see for yourself. Can't do it. Can't do it now. Why? I haven't figured out how to defeat it yet. But if you are a live contributor, if you do live feeds, check and see if you're able to live feed on various pages that you know you're a live contributor on. We all have to get on finding the solution. There's a solution. It's reboot something, it's take off, it's something. And if we can figure out what the solution is, we can tell everybody what the solution is, then we can all do it. Yeah, Yeah, I think there's a couple of cases going on, and they need to be. There need to be several cases. And in fact, I think there's actually a bill going around to prevent, hey, Linda, how's it going? There's a bill going around actually to prevent this sort of censorship and have an impact on it. I don't know what we can actually do legislatively, as I haven't seen the bill. But I certainly will try to take a look at it and see what we can dig out about that. But we have a problem. We have a problem with the not being able to live feed. And it's very unfortunate, but there, Marsha, yes, I'm going to keep letting everybody know about the uniting. And we are creating real unity. We're moving forward into 2018, and we're going to do some really great work. When we have Trump on the one side, providing, not providing, but helping the economy. Yeah, net neutrality was wrong. Helping the economy create jobs. People are keeping more of their taxes. All those things are going to be real, and we're going to see that. And when then we as patriots reach out across racial lines, across political lines, and show that we are open to dialogue, to communication. Oh, the Democrats are in for it. They don't know. They depend on their little black vote to show up, and that black vote is mad at them. And frankly, if we start talking to them, let them know we were mad too, that there's a place for people who are mad. It's called the Trump train. Watch out. Yeah. And isn't that going to be awesome? The Trump train's going to get funky. We have a lot of great songs. This is what I love about my Henry Davis. Y'all know Henry Davis because he's got that music in him. He's doing the Fred Sanford bit. It's great. Just think of the music we're going to get when we just bring a whole bunch of Democrat, poor, these poor individuals who've been lied to by the Democrats. They're great Americans. They're strong Americans. Here in the D.C. area, there are tons of African-American veterans everywhere flying their flags. We all think that the races somehow are political as well. And it's not true. It's not true at all. There are plenty of black conservatives. There are plenty of people who are black conservatives, just don't say nothing. Plenty. And a ton of black patriots, and even ones that vote Democrat, because we still haven't had an opportunity to explain them why that isn't good. So keep explaining, keep getting out there. Oh, great. Carrie, thanks for the post. Done this Michael Lynch putting together thing. No, and actually, you know what's interesting, Gary? He says Obama didn't do shit for the black community, and they know it. There's a lot of black folks who they say the exact same thing. So they know as well as we do. I mean, it's not like anybody is delusional. I mean, a few of the, deep, isn't it funny? You'll get on a thread. I find this interesting. I'll get on a thread and we'll start talking with folks. And I don't have a problem when I'm talking with, the Democrat, black Democrats. That never really is the problem. It's always some white social justice warrior type that comes in and starts calling everybody racist. Isn't that how it is? Isn't that how it always is? Yeah, you got to work hard to get called racist by black folks. Now I have, and I do the hard work. I'm getting in there and educating, but most of the time it's some social justice warrior, white folks telling other white folks they're racist because they voted for Trump. That's mostly what it is. Race baiters. That's what it is. Yeah, and numbers don't lie, Carrie, and the job numbers don't lie, and your tax, when your paycheck is bigger at the end of the week, that don't lie. So we've got, we have got some great news. When you were, I know I was raised in church. Okay. So I did a lot of church when I was a child. One of the, we would go around and talk to people because I was, my aunt was in an evangelical church. So we'd go around, do revivals, knocking on doors, witnessing to people, the whole nine. And what was exciting when you went around to witness to people is if you had good news. Okay. You had the good news of Jesus. All right. You had the good news of you can be saved. You had the good news. It was called the good news. Well, politically, we got the good news. We got the good news that President Trump, exactly, Gary, is doing a great job. He's got jobs coming in. We're some of the lowest unemployment rates. The stock market is growing huge. We're bringing back international investment. We're bringing back investment into the country itself. Manufacturing jobs are coming back. Our energy industry is booming because we're now able to export natural gas. We're getting the coal industry back because we're getting rid of the stupid regulations that were blocking all of our coal mining and any coal development whatsoever. So the working class, jobs are coming back. Jobs are coming back. And you're not going to be able to, I mean, we have the good news, is what I'm saying. We have the good news. Yes. We got the good news. The left has the impeachment for tweeting. Yeah. Yeah, that's all they have. That's all they have. Yes, definitely do what Marsha says. She says, y'all go check out the conversations that have taken place via live feed on Frank Gambino page. It takes me it takes a while to type, but seriously, Frank Gotti or Frank Gambino's page. I should tuned in on a live feed today. We're making some real inroads and making some new unity patriots. Look, there are people who have joined in, not the Black Lives Matter movement, but other movements, other, community movements to create that. The reason they joined that is because they wanted unity. They saw division and they wanted unity. Now, some of them joined it because they want to hate white people and they're actually black supremacists and black separatists. I agree. I'm not arguing with that. I meet these people. But there's another group of people who joined because they wanted unity. Those are our people. Okay? They're unity patriots. They just don't know that they're patriots yet. And it's our job to say, you're for unity? I'm for unity. Do you like America? I like America. Do you like freedom of speech? I like freedom of speech. Do you like keeping your tax dollars? I like keeping my tax dollars. We're the same. Those are our people. And those are a bunch of new votes in 2018 and 2020. And more important than new votes, they're votes taken away from the Democratic plantation. They're votes taken away from the left that does nothing but use the victim card and create racial division. If we go for the unity, we're going to be the unity party. So let's be the unity party. Simple. Simple, 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 simple. Yeah, Marsha, I'm looking forward to getting in on those conversations. I try to start to pace myself, because they don't know me yet. But I get, I make a few little comments, little positive comments, chime in a little bit, then we hit it. Boom. Get in there. Have some good conversations. I'm happy to do it. I am happy to do it. We need to be, Fred, that is so true. We need to get blacks off the plantation in 2018. We need to be the Harriet Tubmans of politics. We need to get over there. We need to rescue people from the plantation and smuggle them out of there. And we're literally going to smuggle them through the Zuckerberg forest is what we're going to do. But let's do it. We have to do it. It's our job. It's our job. It's our job. This country was founded. I say this 1,000 times. I'm going to say it 1,000 times more. I'll say it till the day I die. This country was founded on the premise of ending slavery. Many of our founding fathers believed in the process of ending slavery here in this country. We had to actually, out of the Facebook Railroad, right? We had to set up the parameters in order to get the country. So we had the southern states that wanted to keep their slaves. The North didn't want slaves. We didn't want slavery at all. So that's the 3/5 clause. It was actually a means by which the non-slave holding states didn't give a huge amount of power over to the slave holding states. In the Constitution itself is documented when we are going to stop allowing slave states into the country. Yep. Right from the beginning, but it had to be done strategically. And that is what the Constitution is filled with. And we've done a disservice by allowing liberal teachers and this leftist mindset to falsely educate our young people as to what the Constitution actually says and does about slavery. And boy, are they... I don't know how many times in my life I've had to explain the 3/5 clause is not saying that black people are 3/5 of a person. It's saying that slave states should not get to count black votes without black people voting. Explained it 1,000 times. I'll probably explain it another million. But we have to keep doing it because they're misinforming and miseducating people because, in fact, Carrie, you're totally right. We have been, right from the beginning, demolishing the premise of slavery in this country, and it had to be done strategically. Our country was founded on that. In fact, we led the charge globally to end the process of human slavery. We led that. Okay? Everybody's like, oh, well, England ended slavery free, da 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 da. But we led the process because it was ensconced in our political documents, documents that were highly recognized at the time. Now, look, the flag is right. It's Facebook. It's not me. The flag is totally right. I can't, no, because I can't use the phone and the video at the same time, Marcia. I don't know how to do that. It shuts off the video if you call on the phone. Yeah, my flag is right. The camera is mirrored. I can't help it. See, look, it does it on the shirt, too. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It would literally have to be wrong in order for it to look right to you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So, I appreciate your concern, Kevin, but it's just the situation as it at hand. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I know it would be easier to talk to, but I can't. I haven't mastered the magical art of multiple mediums on the same device yet. I'm not good at it. So, I know. Carrie says, I never heard of a country ASU. I know, me neither. A backward SU. Come on, people. Come on. Think. Yeah. No, I keep my flag straight. And I don't put it upside down for no reason either. We don't do that. We don't do it. But if you're looking at it like this, it's perfect. Okay? It's perfect. If I did front camera, it'd be perfect. So, it is what it is. So I just wanted to say, Marcia, thank you for bringing that to my attention about the Frank Gotti situation and what we're doing. We're making some great progress, and we need to keep making progress because this country is so stuck in some false mentality, and frankly, just teaching people some history is going to bring it all back. And it's one of the things I've been saying about taking down these statues, all of this tearing down history. It's what cultural Marxism wants to do. They want to tear down history because if they tear down history, then we don't talk about it. Then the narrative they make about history, that it was black and white, there's no nuances, that narrative becomes their reality. And as long as they can have that reality, they can control what we think about each other. But when we learn history, we actually have the opportunity to learn the nuances, the facts, the range of human experience, and we find that shared human experience in the history. And that's what allows history to have its positive impact. We learn from it and we grow from it. But that's why they don't want us to learn proper history, and they want to take down the things that remind us of history, because otherwise we will not grow from it. They don't want us to grow. They want us to stay apart. Marcia says, watch for the Memphis Summit coming up in January 6th. The guys are three percenters, the militia, other patriots from across the country, mostly, and Frank and all his local friends and family. That is awesome. And I certainly hope we have some patriots there to live feed. Thank you, Gary. I do the best. I do the best I can. And I'm happy to be just a little part of the movement. Marcia, that's a great crowd, and that would be so awesome. And let me know. I'm going to make sure we have some red elephants down there. Hopefully we can get some red elephants to come down and report on that. So I'll send them, I'll send up the heads up flag my way, up my paths, the little loops I know. And then hopefully those loops connect other loops, and we're just a giant, big family. We're just a giant, big family. Yeah, I do my best, Gary. I try to be a good patriot, and it's just in my heart. It's just what's in my heart to do. And you know what's awesome is how many other people I meet who it is in their heart to do too. That's what has been so amazing about this entire Trump train adventure. And it makes it's all the loss, all the struggle, all the name calling that you get from the snowflakes, everything I've gone through. I'm still far more than that is this amazing feeling you get when you feel like you're part of some phenomenon that's actually happening in our country to take this country back. And by take this country back, I mean from the globalists, from the leftists, from the socialists, from the anti-Americanists, back to the Americans. Yeah, I try to be on at the same time at 1 o'clock every day, Penny. I'm pretty good. I'm sometimes 5 minutes late, because I'm trying to get the music to work or trying to do something. But I try to be on about 1 every day except Sunday. And I might need to adjust that schedule because, I might have to, things change in your life. But for now, for the foreseeable future, Monday through Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, it's hard, Gary. We've been to a few rallies and he couldn't go to more because he just can't afford it. It's hard. Penny's like, I went to the stupid grocery store. Penny, just get, you know what? You got to get a good data plan. You got to get it. See right now, because I haven't put cable, I'm not ready to dish out money to watch fake news yet. I'm not ready to bring that back. So I just have a really good data plan and I just live everywhere. I can do whatever. So I would just watch live feeds in the grocery store, just loud. I have a Samsung, so my phone is loud. Everybody would hear it. Let them hear it. Yes. Start some conversations walking around in the produce department. What are you listening to? Yeah, that's what I would do. So actually, it's one of the reasons I keep balancing. Do I want to go ahead and get cable internet, or do I want to just keep this data plan and just bust out everywhere? I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. No, I have I got a little antenna and boom. And here's what's great. My other TV didn't even need an antenna. I just put the regular old, it didn't even need a digital antenna. The digital part is built in, so it gets better channels than the one with the digital antenna. So, yep. For free, although it's crappier and you get a lot more, like old, to be fair, you get a lot more old movies. It's kind of nice. It's nice in that way, but then everybody gets mad at Shepard Smith, or they get all excited about Fox and Friends, and I can't. And there's a new Hannity. You got to watch this Hannity. I can't watch the Hannity. I got no Hannity. Got to watch it after the fact. I guess I could go on Fox News and watch it on the app. I hate using the app. Me TV all day. Me TV all day long. That's how I got to watch The Manchurian Candidate again the other day, and it's a great movie, as I was talking about yesterday. It's a great movie if you want to kind of get the sense of how, how the government, how people can use other people. And I like how they try to twist it like they're crazy right-wingers, but you can just see the methods. We all understand. Everything doesn't have to be on our political side. Penny says, when I'm having a bad day, I get on Twitter and tell Shep Smith he's an asshole. It makes us all feel a little better. You know why, Penny? Because telling the truth makes you feel better. That's why. And Shepard Smith is an asshole. That's just a fact. That's a scientific fact. So, just being honest, you feel the rapture, the warmth of honesty. That's what you feel in those moments. I feel you too. I don't know why we keep Shep. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't miss. In fact, in regular time, when I had cable, Shepard Smith coming on the TV was the time to change. So as soon as it was Shepard, we'd go right to Fox Business and watch that for a little while until it annoyed me. But we'd mute it mostly because even on Fox Business, there's always some moron. There's always some moron who does this. Chimes in with some bullshit you don't want to hear. Not only do you want to hear because it's stupid and it's a lie and it smears your president for no reason. And then you're like, and then you mute, right? And then like hours later, you're like, oh my God, I've had the TV on the whole time. I just had it on mute. I didn't even notice. Yeah. It's dumb. It's really dumb in the night when you now watch Hannity twice because you just left the TV on because somebody pissed you off and you muted. I'm not missing the cable, is all I'm saying. I am not missing the cable. So, you guys, we had Joy Vila situation. We had so many different things in the news this week. We had Treegate. Oh my gosh. I think they're finally calming down about Treegate. It's ridiculous. We had this tragic situation in the Bronx of a young child who was playing with the stove and caught the building on fire. 12 people died. Many people injured. Absolutely out of control. That's ridiculous. But what else have I missed that you guys, that happened this week that we want to talk about? So I'm going to give you a chance to pop up some stuff that I might be forgetting. Nice. Lou Dobbs and Bolton were talking about Obama's sedition and the coup on Fox Business the other day. Look for the clip. Yes. Yes. And, it's getting more and more obvious. One, the Logan Act, I'm pretty sure the Logan Act is what it's called, when you are not allowed to interfere with the actions of the federal government. But we have a former President Obama going around meeting foreign leaders, undermining the United States official position. This is a violation. But on top of that, when you talk about who allowed, what's the word they used? What's the word they used when they said it was okay to wiretap the president? It's a word that's just missing my head right now. So there's that situation. There's the dossier. There's all of these aspects that the Obama administration and the DNC were obviously involved in, very, very involved in, clearly involved in, evidentiarily involved in. We've seen the evidence. We have evidence. And it has to be addressed. Now, there's a lot of people, including Diamond and Silk, who are a little like, well, Sessions has got to get on it. And if Sessions doesn't get on it, we need to fire Sessions. I don't know. It's not I'm a patriot, okay? I'm Suzzanne Monk. It's not my job to decide whether or not we fire Sessions. I think we should get more done. Yeah, we should get more done. I think we should always get more done. It's Trump's decision to fire or hire Sessions. So we'll find out. We'll find out what happens with that. But there's a lot coming down. I don't know if that's going to ever amount to anything, but it's great to put pressure. It's great to keep getting this information out there and put pressure on the Democrats to be accountable to this behavior and these crimes. And it certainly keeps them, here's the best thing was, it keeps them quiet. Yeah. If I've learned anything about outing Democrats in my life, from the experiences of when you out Democrats, okay, it might not put them in jail, but it keeps them quiet for a minute. Yes, authorized. Thank you. Yes, who authorized the wiretapping? Thank you. Sometimes words just get stuck. It's not going to happen. They're not coming out. Huma Abedin's pedophile husband. Yep. You know what? It's funny because we all were like, when that Anthony Weiner situation, Denise, you remember, came out and we're like, oh, we got his laptop. And then they had investigated the whole thing in like 2 days. And they're like, oh, no, it's nothing. And we're like, all patriots. I remember all patriots were like, nothing? 48 hours? You looked at the whole thing? It's nothing? Are you sure? Do you want to look again? It's kind of like when you tell your children, go clean your room, okay? And they go upstairs, and then like 10 minutes later, they come back down, and they're like sitting there, and you're like, did you clean your room? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, do you want to go check and make sure it's clean? Because if I go up and look and see it's not clean, then we're going to have trouble. So do you want to double check yourself? Are you sure? And that's how exactly... Right, Penny? Thank you. That's exactly what we had with the Weiner emails, with the Weiner laptop. We're like, do you want to check it again? Listen, that's awesome. Carrie says, don't forget to convey all the information you gather to your congressman. Call them at least once a week, and that is the Congress office. Yeah, give them a call. Give them a call. So now what we're finding out, interesting. Apparently, their rooms weren't clean. Their rooms were not clean. There was a whole bunch of mess that they had up there. They didn't even remember. Just shoved under the bed. Now the stuff that was under the bed starting to come out. We're like, oh. So there was stuff in the laptop. There was stuff in the emails. Yeah. And we're going to keep finding out about that. We are going to keep finding out about that. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of, I never liked, okay. The computer. It finally was like, oh, I updated. Thanks, computer. Thanks. I appreciate your timely update. 35 minutes later, you finally got around to, thank you. Yeah, so, all the exposures of the left crimes is changing every day. American people against him. This is the thing. It continues to be the truth, Chris. It continues to be the truth. They keep trying to expose stuff on us. It exposes them more. And the public distrusts them more and becomes less attached to the narrative. Now, are we necessarily winning everybody over to the Trump side? Not yet. Not always. But we don't have to look at the two-stage process. Here's what you do. Here's how you turn a snowflake into a patriot. Everybody pay attention. It's not that hard. Okay? Here's how you turn a snowflake into a patriot. Okay? Take steps. Step 1, make them mad at the Democratic Party. Step 1. If they're mad at the Democrats, if they're unhappy with what their own party is doing, they don't want to be involved with that. They might have a period of time after they get fed up. Yes. So true, Penny. In fact, the Library of Congress just said they're not going to keep tweets anymore because there's too many tweets. Interesting, right around the time that Trump starts. Now we don't want to keep recording tweets. They don't want to record Patriot tweets is what they don't want to do. That's what I think it is. I think there's a... So, okay, they're disenfranchised. Now there's a period of time when the snowflake becomes angry at the Democratic Party. They don't want to be involved in politics at all. They don't like our side, but they don't like their own side. That's a phase, okay, in the middle here between snowflake and patriot. Now, we can engage the snowflake in this phase, but don't expect him to just be like, yeah, go Trump. Don't expect that, okay? Well, you're still going to have to feed them information. You're still going to have to feed them. You still got a red pill, okay? We've just stopped the onslaught of the disease. We haven't actually cured the disease yet. You got to keep moving forward. So we got to keep talking to people. The more they're disenfranchised by the Democratic Party and they're pulling away, they don't want to be involved in politics at all, we go, great. I felt like you too. And then you know what? I thought, why don't we get some lower taxes? Why don't we get our government actually operating the military in a non-occupational way, but actually just win wars and then come home? Why don't we secure the border, protect American citizens, keep the human trafficking, all these things. By sharing that information, slowly but surely, the disenfranchised snowflake, okay, no longer really a snowflake. They're disenfranchised now. Okay, they're water, but you still gotta wait till it melts down into the pool of patriots, and we can help by keeping that warmth on the snowflake. Okay, so we want to hit the snowflakes. If you're a diehard snowflake, just go ahead, troll away, my friends, troll away. But when they've broken. Okay, when they're broken away from the Democrats and they're mad at the Democrats, which is something we all want to see. We all want to see them getting madder and madder at their own party. We have an opportunity to continue to be warm patriots and bring them in. We're going to make some great progress. But here's the reality. Okay, we don't need everybody to become a patriot. We don't need to make every snowflake into a patriot to make this country great again. But every snowflake we melt and turn into a disenfranchised snowflake, that actually does help make America great again, because we take power away from the Democratic plantation and from their statist agenda. So that we need to do. Definitely do that. Definitely melt snowflakes away from the plantation. And if we can, melt them down into the patriot pool, do it. Do it. Both sides are disenfranchised. That's by how this government operated. That is 1,000% true, Carrie. That's 1,000% true. That's how we got this movement. And that's frankly one of the things that we have in common with our snowflake brethren that we can communicate with. It's one of the Unity Patriot facts. Unity Patriot facts. It's a good thing to say. We're disenfranchised too. We didn't like what the government was doing too. We still don't like a lot of what the government is doing, but we're put somebody in place who's trying to change what the government is doing. And that's why we voted for Donald Trump, is that we didn't like the government treating us bad. And so we went a different direction. This is what we're doing. And it's actually having some successes. The government is now doing things differently in ways we all really want. And so it's part of our job, because that's why you guys, the media keeps lying about Trump's successes. It's because if they start to see the successes, hey Mary, how's it going? If they start to see the successes, then the narrative that Trump is Hitler won't work. And they have nothing. The Democrats have nothing. They have no platform. They have no agenda other than oppose Trump. They have zero policies that anyone is interested in. They are all social, identity politics, social justice, and statism. And most of the things they suggest, nobody has interest in. And if they didn't have hate, if they didn't have the emotion of hate and division, they would have no voters at all. Yeah. No, thank God Hillary didn't win. Our country would have been gone. We had one window of opportunity and we slivered in. Now, here's the truth, okay? We only got the little wedge in. We still got to finish the rest of the job, okay? Putting Trump in place, it stopped it's literally like stopping the bleeding of a critical patient. America was bleeding to death through socialism. Socialism was bleeding America to death. Democratic socialism, semi-socialism, democratic statism, all of these policies. So identity politics, all of this Europeanization and globalization was bleeding our country to death. And this is Trump. It's compress. Okay, they say, press on it. Stop the bleeding. This is all we've accomplished. We're pressing on it, and we're slowing because Fred says it's still bleeding. Yes, we've just slowed the bleeding, but that's good. That's a good sign. It is. We have dodged a bullet because it was over. We were there. It was over. We've now slowed the bleeding, so we've made some progress into preventing the utter demise. However, we have a lot of work to do, because we still have to sew up. We still have to repair. There's a lot of legislative work we have to do. There's a lot of cultural work we have to do. We have to continue to win the culture wars and fight the culture wars in our schools. We have to continue to fight the culture wars in our universities, in our entertainment, in our media. We have to continue to fight censorship. We have to continue to fight how these activist individuals who are using the courts to impose their, the cake baking haters of the world. There's so many cases like that where we have social justice warriors using the court system to impose their agenda. It has nothing to do with rights or liberty or people being oppressed. It has everything to do with imposing an agenda through the court system. Free stuff is strong, Carrie. I agree. But what I feel like Obama, and I'm glad Gary mentioned that he was a total traitor. Obama was an utter traitor to the U.S., but an utter, he was very passionately connected with the globalist movement and collectivism itself, ultimately. And this is why free stuff is very strong. Free stuff is very strong. And the removal of free stuff is very difficult. But I feel like we had gotten to a point with the Obama administration where you started to see people in the urban, the poor urban black communities who are just fed up. They're just fed up with free stuff. They're fed up with the containment that has. There was excitement early on. Oh, we got Obama phones. And we all played the video of the lady. Obama phone. We've all played that video 1,000 times, okay? But if you noticed, if you were listening and you had your ears to the ground, over time, by the time we got to the 8th year, the black community was pissed and tired. Fed up. And dividing amongst themselves with those who were going to stay stalwart Democratic supporters and those who were just like, screw that. I don't want to be involved with that. Read about Harmony, Indiana, another socialist experiment failure. Anything, that just sounds like, first off, Harmony, Indiana. Even places in Indiana like Gary or, Hammond. Harmony. Isn't that really more of a New Mexico kind of city? Just saying. Social justice warriors. These kids, they're going to name everything stupid. I really worry. A few things I worry about the millennials. They're going to name everything stupid. It's going to be horrible. They're ruining the English language. They're ruining it because they text. And they don't even know the meaning of words. And they use autocorrect all the time, so they don't even know if they've been autocorrected correctly or not. So spelling is gone. Nobody can spell anymore. I blame the millennials. I'm going to blame the millennials until I see other evidence. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, we got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. What other news did we have this week? I wanted to say, Carrie mentioned about the regulations. The regulations really are unleashing the jobs. Cutting the regulations really are unleashing the jobs. These tax cuts are going to only do the second phase of that. I'm so excited about that. I mean, mad excited. Totally, utterly mad excited about it. So, what else went on this week that we missed? As I know we talked about, we talked about the tree. We talked about the tax things. Oh, the school teachers have a real problem, Gary. I utterly agree with you 100% on the school teachers being a huge tenure being one of those problems, that you can get tenure if you just teach long enough. Then we just let you do whatever you want. That is a real problem. It's a real problem in the schools. Additionally, universities, that comes from the top down. So we have, by the time you've totally have taken the university system, that school teacher education is taught in the university system, which is already totally social justice warriored and teacher unioned out. So you teach them in that environment, and then you send them into schools with that limited education. Bad. We got levels and layers we got to work out. Carrie, I want to talk about that. That's great. Yeah, the ELD mandate is putting huge pressure on freight rates, truck supply versus loads. Rates are through the roof. Yeah, I bet that is the problem. As we talked about earlier, and I wasn't able to get a chance to complete that article, but I did. There was a protest earlier here in DC in the year, the black and blue protest, that were protesting the ELD, the electronic log rule that requires all independent drivers to connect with an electronic log service provider. And that has a huge impact on controlling how our driver, it's designed. They thought the electronic log thing would keep people from overdriving and not sleeping the adequate hours. But what they've found is by regulating the industry, they're actually creating more problems. Rather than letting the drivers regulate their behavior and business, the ELD controls when you sleep, when you can drive, when you can't drive. It controls so many different things that actually limit the ability of the drivers to get the goods there in a timely manner. And because of that, it costs them more. And the rates are going to go up. And shipping is going to go up. And groceries are going to see the result of that. And here's what's frustrating about that, Carrie, is that the government loves to put these regulations in place, and they're like, oh, it doesn't affect you. It only affects truckers. It only affects independent truckers. It doesn't even affect the fleet drivers. They already have that truck. So it's a very small impact. But it's not a very small impact. It actually affects you all the way up into the price of goods on the shelves. And the government doesn't want to tell you about that. The regulators and the people who live off of regulation, want more government control. They don't tell you about that. So, and what's unfortunate is that once the law is passed, I don't think it goes back. It's very hard to take laws back. So, very, very, very difficult. And the ELD thing is absolutely out of control. Fred, several lower court cases. Yes, there's been several lower court cases, including the Oregon case about the Oregon bakers. What I find interesting is that if you look at these Christian versus gay couple baker stories, there's like a batch of them. It's like they had a whole plan, an operation. Go be a lesbian. Go talk to these Christian bakers. When they won't bake your cake, we'll sue. And that's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. Laura says, my husband got an email about $1,000 in tax rebate coming. Yeah, did you see that great article? I think ABC tried to do a piece where they talked to 3 different people in the middle class about the taxes. And this one woman, she was kind of upper class, really, I would say. But she was convinced she was going to pay more in taxes. And comes out she's saving $13,000 in taxes. Must be nice. But this is what I'm saying. The fake news has told lies to everybody. So everybody thinks they're gonna, the taxes aren't gonna be great and the tax cuts aren't gonna be great. And in fact, everybody's saving. Everybody's saving. So good. School teachers are a symptom. It goes after 50 years. Yes, agree. And teachers unions are a huge problem. And our continued, frankly, we give a lot of money to universities. And I think we under the Trump administration, the Trump people can start using that revenue as a leverage to bring free speech back to the campuses. If we bring it back to the campuses, it'll start to trickle down to the other areas. But if we don't, if we continue to allow colleges to believe that having something called a free speech zone is in any way acceptable in a country in which everywhere is a free speech zone, we can't keep allowing that to continue. So I'm hoping as we move forward in 2018 and we see the tougher, more experienced President Trump, we start getting on some of these. Yeah, Carrie says, 5 to 6 hours, sit at the dock, twiddle my thumbs, takes your truck off the market for the next load. Yes, it controls everything. And here's what's stupid. If you could drive 15 minutes more and get your load there, the ELD prevents you from doing that. So you could be 15 minutes away from your delivery. I'm 15 minutes from, I could go drop it off, be free, go rest, go home. Can't, because the ELD has stopped you. So you might be 15 minutes away, but you have to stop. And you have to sit there for the allotted amount of sleep time. And there's many drivers who have that exact problem. They're not able to make that last lap. They're not able to make these decisions. And there's no flexibility. And you get stuck. And you're not making money. You're wasting money. You're stuck somewhere and you're spending less time with your family. So it's actually making it more likely that the type of people who will do trucking jobs are people who don't have family and don't care. And that's what we need. What we need is more people on the road that have nothing to live for driving giant semi-trucks. Am I right? No. I want good, happy family people who want to get back to their wives and kids. You see. Exactly. I love this. Baker should charge $135,000 to bake the cake. Right? How you doing, Kevin? How you doing? Mary, good luck with the snow. We only got a little bit inch. Mother Nature's going to remove all that for us, so we don't have to worry about that here in D.C. One of the benefits of being near coast-ish, so we get a little bit of the weather, but we're still southish, so we get a little bit of the warmth too. So it's nice. I'm enjoying it. Sorry to all my Chicago friends who are freezing their booty off. I love you still, though. I love you all. And I enjoy the cold, too. If it makes you feel any better, we're at least below 32. So I hope that makes everybody feel better. Well, you guys, it's about 2 o'clock. Little dogs don't like to drag their butts in the snow. Oh, well, and you know what? It's not even the butt that's really the problem. Because it's the belly, you pervos. The belly in the snow. All right, it's the genitals. The genitals get in the snow. It's cold. Nobody wants their willy in the snow. Nobody wants that. Not even dogs. Not even dogs. Yeah, Carrie, it's going to be real cold. I know, this cold snap. I agree with the president. Maybe we could use a little global warming right about now. We just don't want to pay for, the other countries and their global warming. I mean, their lack of global warming. Let's just not play for the weather. Yes, doggy shrinkage. Isn't that adorable, Patty? Poor doggies. Yes, please go and rectify the snow situation. Definitely, we do not want this. So let's close this out. As always, I like to play my friend. And let's see if it'll load. There's so much good music, so much good Trump supporter music out there. The whole world is divided down the middle, but wow, there's some good stuff coming out. But you can always go back to your classics. They're loading. It's going to give you the ad probably. Oh no, it didn't. It went right into Henry. Yes.
Here he comes now, said Donald Trump, yeah.
This is my jam. And I got a lot more jams lately. Uh-oh, buffering. They're buffering my jam. The buffing room at Jam. Kevin, that's awesome. Yes, Atlas Air. That's awesome. There's a lot of companies that are doing that because they can hand out some bonuses, get some tax benefits on this year. It's good for everybody. And Trump knew that was coming. He knew that's how people would handle. He's a businessman. He would have done the same thing. We were like, the taxes are coming? Oh, we'll give everybody some bonuses. Let's bring our number down. We're going to pay so much taxes. If you don't know Henry Davis, go find Henry Davis. Donald Trump supporters rally song by Henry Davis. You can be listening to this too. It's my jam. It might end up being my ringtone eventually. We're gonna work on it. You guys, I will see you back on Monday. Yes, New Year's Day. We will talk on New Year's Day. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do on Monday. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Penny, you should give yourself a bonus and write it off. Yeah, I want to keep my shotguns. I want to keep my right to free speech. I want to keep this. Right here, America. And I want to thank all you Trump patriots for helping me do that. Stay strong. See y'all on Monday. Have a great and happy new year. Be safe. Do not drive drunk. Do not get in a vehicle with somebody who's driving drunk. Call a cab, call an Uber, call a friend. Walk your cold ass home. Don't kill people because you party. Please. Stay warm. Bundle up. Wear layers. Don't get drunk and go out in no coat in the wind outside while your blood's all thin. That's dangerous stuff. Danger, my friend. Be safe, because I want to see y'all next year. Right here on Trump Talk. We got a lot of work to do. It's gonna be 2018 in like a minute, you guys, and then we got work to do. We got so much work to do. So we got one last weekend of rest, and then we got business to contend to. So we'll see you next year. Be ready to work, folks. Love y'all. It's your girl Suzzanne Monk. Jumping out.